Merry Christmas, everyone. Welcome to CapitalCosm Live. Emergency broadcast, as you can see on your screen, $75 silver futures price. It's going bonkers, up 5% today. I wasn't planning on doing a live stream on Christmas Day, but I mean, if there's ever a time to do one, here it is. $75. This is just removed from an $80 hit on the Shanghai exchange, and we're still at a $5 spread. Now, before we get started, nothing in this video is financial advice. Everything I talk about here is just my opinion. Always do your own due diligence. Let's go ahead and dive in as to what's going on. As I just said earlier, hit a 1 in the chat, actually, if you can hear the sound of my voice and it's coming in crystal clear. But as I said earlier, the Shanghai exchange just hit a $80 price tag on silver. Now, the COMEX appears to be playing catch up. We're at $75 now. Now, if you recall, about a day ago, right before Christmas Eve, or right on Christmas Eve yesterday, we closed at around $72. Now we've gone up $3.50 in a matter of hours. This is nuts, guys. I mean, I don't know about you, but in my 5 years of investing in silver, I know a lot of you guys have been doing this for a lot longer than me. I'm kind of a new kid on the block here, but I've never seen silver go vertical like this. And from looking at the charts, I mean, this is unprecedented territory. And so this kind of begs the question, with an $80 price tag at Shanghai, do we fill that gap? Usually, when we do have gaps like this, it's no more than $2, and they're usually filled within a matter of minutes. And the reason why is because there's an arbitrage, right? So when traders see silver at, let's say $75 here and $80 in Shanghai, what they'll do is they'll buy in COMEX and sell in Shanghai. And pretty quickly, the gap closes. But we've never seen a $5 gap. Before the market opened, we were at a $8 gap, which is bonkers. So this is unprecedented territory. This basically seems to me that there's some issues with delivery between the two locations, between Shanghai and COMEX. Now, does that mean that an imminent collapse of the COMEX system and the LBMA is imminent? No, not necessarily, but it does show cracks in the wall. And it does show, we're going to show that there's some high-powered players getting into the silver space right now. This move right here isn't being driven by your family members' Christmas dinner tonight. This move right here is being driven by, some pretty high-powered people who know what's going on, who know what's up. So let's go ahead and dive right into the charts. We've got silver. Check this out. Look at this. Look at this bad boy right here. Candle. This is a monthly candlestick, mind you. Let's go ahead and change this to a daily candlestick, and bam. And I want you guys to really take time to appreciate this volume. I'm going to zoom out here a bit and look at this volume down here, and notice how much more voluminous, is that a word? Voluminous? Notice how much more volume there is. Let's go with that. Compared to, prior to July of 2024, July of 2023, actually. And that's really when it kicked off. And you can kind of see it here at the bottom. Bam, October. And we're still at elevated levels. And I actually want to pull this thing up. And this is as far back as this goes. This goes back to the 1800s. And we've never had as much volume as we've had today. I don't know how well you guys see this, but check this out. Yeah, so Martin said it's voluminous. Voluminous. Martin, that sounds correct. Brian is also saying voluminous as well. But as I said earlier, as I said a couple of days ago when I did the other live stream, I'm pretty giddy right now. Just I'm at a loss for words, even though I'm a YouTuber or a podcast. I don't like the word YouTuber. YouTuber kind of implies kind of like low grade entertainment, like, doing pranks or stuff like that. I'm a podcaster. My content deals with the intellect, not with the limbic side of the masses. But be that as it may, let's go ahead and return back to the precious metals here. Silver breaking out. Check this out. This is a beautiful candlestick. Take it back to the daily candlestick. Such momentum, guys. We talked about momentum the other day. Since October, this has been pretty much all gas, no brakes. If green is gas and red is brakes, it's pretty much all gas, no brakes. And here's an interesting insight I want to point to you. So what I've got here, I've got the silver to gold ratio. So this is silver priced in gold, and this is on a logarithmic scale. And what you'll notice, let me actually make the screen a little bigger. And what you'll notice is that silver has begun to outperform gold starting at around May of this year, or what's left of this year. May of this year, you see this green line going up. That implies that the price of silver is going faster than the price of gold upward. Now, when this line goes down, that means that the price of silver is underperforming gold. So, make sense? All of this move that we've seen transpire in silver catching up to gold has basically just brought us back to the same level that we were in 2001 or 1997. Essentially just bringing us back to mean. And the logarithmic really takes it away. But to really appreciate this point, we've got to look at it from a linear scale, because on a linear scale, you see how much asymmetry there is between today and some of the highs that we saw in the 1980s and before that, right? Silver was 6% of the price of gold back here. Today, it's a little over 1.5%. And what I want to do next, this is really interesting. I'm going to overlay the price of gold in yellow. I'm going to overlay the price of silver in white. And we're going to look at the last bull market of gold and silver, which began here in 2001. So let's zoom in here to 2001 or 1999. You can kind of see that's where gold bottomed. Silver bottomed a little bit after that. But the silver to gold ratio was at this level here, pretty much the same level that we're at today. So to reiterate, our silver to gold ratio, silver today, priced in gold, is roughly at the same level as it was at the very start of the gold and silver bull market in 2000. You see, gold started off here at $271. Silver started off here at $4.27. Silver skyrocketed, made its way upward to $50 or $48 within a matter of 10 years. And gold made its way up to around $2,000 within that same time frame. So we've basically, our silver to gold ratio is now back at that level. And why that's important, because it's really when the silver to gold ratio spikes up is when it signals the top of the precious metals bull market. You notice this here in 2011. The green line here is your silver to gold ratio. It spiked up, and in conjunction with that, the metals began silver crashed the worst here in white, and then gold also crashed as well, but not as bad as silver. But essentially, this ratio is your leading signal, I would say, in my opinion, as to when we've hit a top. Now, we've run up pretty fast. Wouldn't it surprise me if we get a correction? Maybe not. I mean, this thing is running on God knows what. But this is getting interesting. And at this level, at this silver to gold ratio level in 2000, gold did an 8x from here and silver did a 10x. Is that going to happen today? A 10x in silver would be what? $750? An 8x in gold would be what? 4,500 divided by times 8 is, let's do a little arithmetic. 36,000. Maybe that's a little too crazy. I'm not calling for $36,000 gold, but I'm just trying to illustrate that maybe we're not as late in the game as we think we are. And here's some other indications as to why I think this way. So what I want to do next is I want to look at where elite finance, smart money, institutions are positioning themselves. And in this chart, in these next few charts, I'm going to look at various ETFs in the gold and silver space. And I'm going to look at the volume of institutional buying coming in to each of these ETFs. We're going to kick things off by looking at GDX here. And basically what we're seeing is these green bars denote the volume of institutional ownership of GDX. And this line is basically the share price. It's the price point of GDX. So as GDX goes up, you're actually seeing institutional ownership exit GDX. Very fascinating. So smart money is leaving GDX. Okay, well, what about GDXJ? Same thing. GDXJ is rocketing, but ownership is coming down. So where am I going with this? Why are smart money people leaving GDXJ and GDX? Interestingly enough, you look at SIL. Looks a little different, doesn't it? Smart money leaving GDX, GDXJ, but at the same time appears to be entering SIL, the silver miners ETF. And this is basically coincides to what I was talking about the other day. I think the opportunity, if I were to invest my capital, I'm not telling that's how you should invest yours, but in my opinion, I think that's where the opportunity lies right now, is in the silver miners. Because if you look at the silver miners, GDX has outperformed gold this year in 2025. Gold is up 70%. GDX is like 160% or something, 150%. Silver's up 140%. SIL is like up 160%. It's pretty much just tracked silver, hasn't outperformed silver. So this tells me that there's a bit of a lag between silver miners and silver. And then even more so, silver junior miners, SILJ, the small cap miners. Look at the volume of institutional ownership happening at SILJ. So smart money is, and look, this isn't a bearish call on GDX or GDXJ by a long shot, but what I think is happening here is smart money investors see more opportunity in the silver miners relative to the gold miners. I still think the gold miners have pretty good upside to go, but I think the silver miners are a better bet in my eyes. And interestingly enough, you see it in PHYS too. This is the Sprott Silver Trust. So for those who don't know, you can buy paper silver and not have to actually own it in your physical possession. At PHYS, it's a trust. You buy a share of PHYS, and there's basically a corresponding unit of silver to that share. That's going up. PHYS, actually, it's gold. PHYS is a gold trust, and PSLV is a silver trust. This is a Sprott Silver Trust. So smart money is positioning themselves in the physical metals themselves, as well as the silver miners. PHYS, you can see the green bars going up. PSLV, the green bars are going up at a faster pace. So to recap, PSLV, smart money movement, capital rotation is outpacing PHYS, which implies that smart money would prefer physical silver over physical gold at this moment. That doesn't mean that you should, but this is what smart money is doing. And then simultaneously, they're leaving GDXJ, which they positioned themselves long ago, and GDX likewise, and transitioning into SIL, the Silver Miners ETF, and SILJ. So it appears that that's the play right now with the people who run these hedge funds. Now, I also want to shift your attention to GLD. GLD, now talking about gold trusts. GLD is the biggest gold trust in the world. So typically, if you wanted to invest in GLD from a family office perspective, or if you wanted to invest in gold with respect to a family offices will typically pick up GLD. And what you'll notice is that it's been ownership of GLD from these sources has been pretty much constant. There's no movement. There's no directionality. It's not going up. Now, the price of GLD is going up. That implies that it's got to be retail pushing GLD up. Same thing with GDX and GDXJ. Those are primarily being pushed up by retail at the moment. But GLD, same thing. SLV, let's go ahead and take a look at that. The silver ETF. Now, that did have a bit of a spike. You can see here, there's a bit of a bump here in SLV ownership among institutional owners as SLV has continued to skyrocket up. But compare SLV's ownership to PHYS. PHYS is PSLV, I should say. PSLV is a Sprott silver trust. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the custodian of both of these, GLD and SLV, is JP Morgan. And there's all these claims that, there's multiple claims on the same unit of gold and silver. So what they'll do with these paper contracts is if I buy a share and you buy a share, for all we know, that we could be owning the same unit of gold and silver. You see how that works? Whereas with PSLV, people have a greater confidence in PSLV, the Sprott physical silver and gold trust, that stuff doesn't happen. That there's a one-to-one correspondence to every share and every unit of gold and silver. So smart money allocators seem untrustworthy of the two trusts that JP Morgan watches over. So, and it looks like we got a super chat here, and I will be reading super chats, guys. So if you have something that you want to talk about, feel free to leave a super chat. And this is from Golden Sun. Hello from A2 Michigan. Hello, Golden Sun. So, very interesting stuff. And before we continue on, I just want to do a quick shout out to our sponsors over at the Bullion Standard Pro. Become a Bullion Standard Pro member. It's essentially a Costco membership to gold and silver. You basically pay $35 a month and you get access to their pro prices on gold and silver. So instead of having to, because when you go buy at these other dealerships, there's a markup fee because that's how they make profit, right? They buy at the wholesale price and they've got to sell at a little premium to make a little profit. Now with Bullion Standard Pro, you pay a subscription fee and you essentially get as close to that wholesale price as you're going to get. For example, right now, if you were to buy a 1 ounce gold bar, the average retail price of that is $46.88. Let me go ahead and make this a little bigger. Oh, actually, never mind. Let me just make the screen bigger then. Okay, so the average retail price of a 1 ounce gold bar, $46.88. You can get it for a pro at $45.51, and you'd save $137 by doing so, and it would cost you $35 a month. So the membership basically pays for itself, depending on if you buy enough product, or you buy the right product. Silver American Eagle, that'll cost you $85 on average, depending on where you get it from. The pro price is currently at $77. So that's an $8.12 average savings. If you buy 20 of them, you save $160. Again, that pays for itself. And you can see you can run it through as many of these different products here as you'd like. You've got the 10-ounce silver bars. Those are going for $828 retail price on average. Right now, you get it for $739. And so if you're interested, I do have a link down below in the description box. So take advantage of that and use promo code COSM10, COSM10 at checkout to get 10% off your first month's membership. So let's go ahead and dive right back in here. I want to take a quick glance at the silver price. Okay, it's still at $75. Hasn't run away from us since then. So I also want to take a look at X here. Let's see what people were saying on X. And we're doing this live. I don't know what's going to pop up here. It's a bit risque, but we'll see what happens. And it looks like we also have another super chat. Let's see what we got here. Mad Max says, Merry Christmas, Danny. This is a nice way to avoid the post-Christmas blues. Great videos all year, except that. Okay, Clem Chambers is a friend. I like. He's a good guy. We may think he may be a bit misguided or a little biased in his analysis on Europe and America, but I think what he was trying to say is that he had no problems with America kind of going its own way with the Monroe Doctrine and with that national security document, but he just wanted it done nicer. So it's just a matter of, I guess he was just didn't like the delivery of the document or something. But thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it, Mad Max. Guys, if you want to leave more super chats, feel free to do so. I will read the super chats. Okay. Anything else? All right. So let's go ahead and see the sentiment on Twitter here. Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff has. You know what? I need to get Peter Schiff back on. It's been a while since I had Peter Schiff on. If there was ever a time, I'm sure his schedule is booked now, though. But if there's ever a time. All right. Gold and silver are ripping. Gold spiked $50, almost hitting $45.30. Silver rocketed $3, trading 10 cents below 75. If you think this record-breaking precious metals rally is taking place in a world where inflation is headed back down to 2%, you're in for a rude awakening. So, yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is pricing in inflation? Are these elites, are these insiders getting in on the action before the big inflation thing hits? Maybe next year. You know, because they have pretty much set the stage. They did report that 2.7% CPI print the other day, and that was lower than expected. But again, the CPI is CPI, whatever you want to call it. The numbers there are pretty suspect. And so I think the signal, though, is that they did set the stage for themselves to cut interest rates and do QE. And of course, all that is a tailwind for inflation, and inflation is a tailwind for gold and silver. See, bar chart says silver melting faces as it rips to $75 for the first time in history. We're witnessing history, guys. This is pretty incredible. Silver has come for the shorts. It has. What is this? So this is from VBL's Ghost. So let's see what it says here. We think it's unconscionable for anyone to hoard several billion, yes, $1 billion worth of silver and thus drive the price up so high that others must pay artificially high prices for articles made of silver, from baby spoons to tea sets, as well as photographic films and other products. Yeah, that's the thing with silver. People take for granted the use case for silver. Gold is used for jewelry and several other things, but you could make the argument we are swimming in a sea of silver as well. We're swimming in a sea of energy, but silver too. Gary Savage, I need to get Gary Savage on too, and this on the show as well. And the squeeze continues. Silver up another 3% in the overnight market. Why people keep trying to call a top and short squeeze buying stampede is beyond me. We saw this happen when the suppression in the gold market broke last year. I warned it would be even more violent when the silver suppression broke. It has broken, and it is more violent. What do you guys think? Has it broken? Because if it has, then all bets are off. I mean, God knows where we're going to be by the end of the year, and the end of the year being next week. Who knows? Drop me your predictions. Where do you think silver starts the year in 2026? Could it be $80, 85, 90, 100? Oh, dare I say? I think we have another super chat here. Armando Reyes says, I can't wait for when silver fails to deliver. SLV and the ETFs will finally show how fake the whole system is. Also, banks have sold the silver of private owners. Oh, it's going to be delicious. It's going to be quite delicious. And yeah, you can see the rats leaving the sinking ship with again, we looked at the institutional ownership chart of SLV. And the ownership is coming down. So do the people in the know something that we don't know? You know? Eric Jung, is silver part of the plan? Is the great physical silver wars coming next? So what is he referring to? Let's watch this video here. I don't know what it's about, but we'll see. Okay, so I think this is trying to make the case that the price of silver is leading some sort of geopolitical escalation, maybe Venezuela or something. That's an interesting point. And by the way, this guy is AI. I've been seeing a lot of these AI videos lately, this Asian AI video channel, and they've got like multiple channels too. And it's surprising. Like a lot of people don't realize they're watching an AI video. A lot of people do, but I still see some comments here and there that show that people are thinking like it's a real guy. It's not, but interesting. I mean, these are very highly produced videos. I don't know who's producing these, but these are very highly produced. And from a YouTuber's perspective, the titling is top notch. Like the person who's behind this account isn't like a Johnny come lately. Like they understand the YouTube algorithm, the words that they're using in their titles, the thumbnail art, and just the presentation. It's someone who's studied, who's got like some pretty good experience with YouTube. So just an FYI, guys, when you're watching these AI videos. But I wanted to make a point here. So back in June, before the 12-day war in Iran, you'll notice that, where is it? Right here, silver got a big bid. So this is June 2nd, and you'll notice like right here, from June 2nd all the way up to June 9th. This was before the 12-day war, I believe, started on June 13th. So was this insiders front running that war back here? And this was no slouch of a run. This was like a 10% run, 11% run. What we're seeing now is way more than that. But be that as it may, let's see what else people are saying here. What's going on with silver is not normal and should scare the ever-living piss out of you. Merry Christmas. Don Durrett. Let's see what Don has to say. Don will be coming on the show in a couple of weeks, by the way. This Friday, open in New York for gold and silver spots should be at all-time highs. If we close at the current levels or higher, it would be epic. Can't argue with that, Don. Okay, this is another one by Gary Savage. The mistake I think people like Michael are making. Who's Michael? I don't know who Michael is. The mistake I think people like Michael are making is that they are tunnel visioned on silver and they are overlooking the main driver of the precious metals sector, gold. That is a very good point. We remember when we looked at the silver to gold ratio at the start of the video, and how gold moved first. And yeah, gold is the first runner. And insofar as gold moves, I would believe that silver has a lot of runway. The runway that silver has is, I would say, proportional to the runway that gold has. So ask yourself this: are these central bankers, are these, these elitists, are they going to stop buying gold anytime soon? I don't think so, because I was watching one of these videos from Clive today, and he was saying, like, as soon as people get wind at these hedge funds and these family offices that gold was up 70% this year, silver was up 140% this year, they're going to want a piece of the action, because then their clients are going to come and knocking at their door asking them, did you buy me any gold? Did you buy me any silver in my portfolio? And once that happens, are we going to see what did what's his name? Sprott. What's the Sprott guy's name? The first name, I forget. I'm having an Alzheimer's moment, but he basically said that we're looking at a 60-20-20 portfolio potentially in the future. 60% stocks, 20% bonds, and 20% precious metals. Something to that effect. That would be huge. Precious metals are pretty much under allocated. Eric Sprott. Yes, sorry. I should know better. My apologies. Cardinal foul. But yeah, that would be huge. $80 Shanghai Futures Exchange silver, and $8.13, an $8 spread versus COMEX. So yeah, we pretty much covered that. There was a spread earlier today, $8. It's now down to $5. Looks like it's correcting here a bit. It's now back down to 74.81. China just broke the silver market. If you own silver, this is a must read. Starting New Year's Day, China is restricting physical silver exports. Not slowing them, not taxing them, restricting them. And the price action we're seeing right now, how long is this post? Okay, yeah, it's pretty long. I'm going to tell Grok to summarize it for us. So basically, China's January 1st, 2026 export licensing requirements for silver, covering 70% of global refining capacity, are confirmed by official announcement and have triggered a $6 to $8 premium for physical silver in Shanghai over COMEX futures, signaling immediate supply tightness as verified by exchange data. Declining Shanghai Futures Exchange vault inventories down 17,714 kilograms on December 24th, 2025, alongside industrial demand from solar and EV sectors, underscores a structural shift where physical markets decouple from paper derivatives, historically preceding price rallies in commodities. For investors, this dislocation favors physical holdings over ETFs or futures, as arbitrage barriers could drive spot prices towards triple digits. So yeah, I mean, we talked about this before. The arbitrage typically closes pretty fast whenever you have these big spreads between Shanghai and COMEX, but not today. It's actually quite ominous. It tells us that there's something awry. There's something afoot here. There's something in the delivery mechanism. All right. Well, Peter Schiff. If there was ever a metals Christmas or something like that, Peter Schiff is having one right now. It was a crypto Christmas that wasn't. When the year began, hodlers were confident Bitcoin was poised to moon. Instead, it malfunctioned on the launch pad as precious metals took off. One of the best trades of 2025 was selling Bitcoin and buying silver. Who would have thunk it? Yeah, can't argue with that. So when the Federal Reserve bankers collapsed, there goes the IRS too. And just about that time, the silver ounces you paid for in 1999, that's wild, guys. $3.99 will be fetching over $600 when sold with no 1/2 capital gains tax because there won't be any Fed. What do you think of that? Is that a little too much? Do you believe that? Do you think that we're getting rid of the Fed? I know Michael Oliver, I interviewed him. Test. Can you guys hear me? It looks like I went silent here for a second. Sound still good? Give me a 1 in the chat if my sound is still good. Okay, I'll keep talking. If you guys have any issues, let me know in the chat. All right, let's go ahead and But what do you guys think about this? Is this going a little too far? No Federal Reserve. Michael Oliver seems to think so. He thinks the Federal Reserve, not the Federal Reserve. Oliver thinks that we'll eventually do away with the income tax because it's such a burden to assess and chase down people who are short what they're supposed to pay and that kind of thing. But let's see what else. Of course, the world and humanity will be in the depression for a few years, but all things considered, the price of freedom from central bank slavery will be easily paid. All right, this is from Nostra. So the price of silver was manipulated and suppressed for decades to hide inflation. The conspiracy theorists were right again. Is this what's going on? All the quantitative easing, all the chicanery, all the nonsense, all the BS that they pulled on us, all this injection into the money supply, these games that they played and suppressing the metals prices all these years. Is this just a delayed reaction to all of that? To decades of bullspit, essentially. Trying not to cuss so YouTube doesn't derank this video, but you know what I mean. Is it finally unwinding? Is rent due? This is another one from Eric Jung. So this looks like a chat with someone. Let's see. So he's talking to someone here, the white bubble. The West won't admit it, but China knows. And then I'm assuming this is Eric, and he says, Venezuela situation kicked it off. Yep. They are starting to cut China off from Western-controlled resources. Silver is part of that. Silver is 159. Silver 159 is fine as long as JP Morgan is in Singapore when LBMA implodes. LOL. That's why China has silver export controls starting January. There it is. There it is. I think that's it, guys. Something's about to pop off in Venezuela, and the silver markets smelling it. They smell a rat. Lock in 2026. It's going to be a wild ride. If you own silver, at least you'll see your portfolio go up if all this holds. But who knows what world we might be in come this time next year. Okay, gold is the money of kings. Silver is the money of the gentleman. Barter is the money of peasants. Debt is the money of slaves. Bitcoin is the money of fools. Man, really laying it on Bitcoin. Again, like I said the other day, I don't like piling on to people when things are bad, but like the Bitcoin bros kind of had it coming. All these years about have fun being poor, shiny rocks, all this stuff. They kind of had it coming. Okay, gold and silver are crushing the global monetary system in real time. We have passed the point of no return. Enjoy the show. This is Deutschmark silver. So this is, I think most of you know this, but this is the price of silver in the Deutschmark in the Weimar Republic. And this chart is not doing this justice because, as you can see here, it's on a log scale. So each little tick here represents a 10x. So 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, etc. And you can see the start of the chart, silver was what, 10 Deutschmarks? And at the end of this thing was, I want to say, 1 billion Deutschmarks. This is where we're heading. I don't know if it's going to be that extreme, but that's the idea. See what Jordan has to say. He's got like a thread here. Oh, before we do that, I want to show you guys, because that did bring up a good point in terms of currency debasement. Is it really the price of silver going? Is it really the price of gold going up, or is it just the currency debasing? Well, here, let's do this. Let's look up silver and control for the M2 money supply. So they printed what, 40% of the total world's money supply between 2020 and 2021, right? So let's control for that and see how true the picture is. So silver has shot up, and I'm going to do a little line chart here. If you guys can see this better. It's probably better. So we have run up in silver, but we've barely taken off here. We're just now hitting resistance. It seems like this is a key resistance area. There's a lot of movement here in this area. But I mean, we could go another 10x relative to the money supply here in silver just to hit back those 1980s high. And again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, just a few minutes ago. Has QE, has money printing, low interest rates, artificial interest rates, all this money sloshing around into the system that they've abused over the last few decades. Is rent finally due? Are the effects of all of that stuff finally coming out now? And if it does, then who knows? We may hit that 1980s high again. That would be a 10x in silver. That'd be pretty wild. That'd be $700 silver. But let's go ahead and read what Jordan has to say. Just checking to see if there's any super chats that I missed. No, I think we're good. All right, so this is a historical silver chart. This is the second greatest breakout in the history of the capital markets, not just in silver, it's the capital markets. Okay. It closed near $72. It has measured upside targets of $88 and $96. It has strong support around $55. Silver is a few months into a historic breakout. You don't see big corrections from these conditions. These types of breakouts reset normal overbought, oversold conditions. So there's the chart. Silver all-time high analog. So what he's going to do now, he's going to pull up other instances where silver moved to an all-time high and compare them with our movement right now to kind of see where we're at today. Silver is short-term stretched here, but that is perfectly consistent with a powerful trend. So this is what we have here. So 2025 is, I want to say, in blue. So here it is right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. So we are above the 1967, 1973, and 1979 trends. And so he's making the case that we are overstretched here a bit. But if we do follow these other analogs, namely the light blue line, 1979, and 1973, the red line, you're looking at triple-digit silver here. The 1967 line is a little dampened. But I think you've got a case to make for either the blue or the red line. Short-term snapback is possible, but in the past three breakouts to new all-time highs, silver went on to roughly double over the following 7 to 11 months. With no major drawdowns during those runs, silver could correct to $8 to $10 an ounce, but nothing major from here. What's interesting also is copper is breaking out too. So copper major breakout in 2005. And yeah, I mean, who was it? Michael Oliver talked about this. When copper broke out in 2000, I don't know the exact date. Let's pull up copper here in a second. Whoops. So when copper broke out here in 2004, you'll notice that it essentially made a new reality. This is what Michael Oliver says. This is what he called a new reality. So you can see here, the old range was around 67 to $1.50. Ever since then, the new range was $1.65 to $5 effectively. And so he's making the case that silver is entering a new reality in much the same way copper did back here, by breaking out to a new reality. It broke out from $1.50, skyrocketed $4 to $4, and $1.50 to $4. It's roughly a 3x from the all-time high. Our all-time high was $50 in silver, roughly. 3x would be $150 silver. Make sense? But let's go ahead. Let's go back to Jordan. So I covered this in my book. Copper in 05 broke out from a 33-year-long base. It's the closest commodity to silver after gold from its corrective low before the breakout move. That's a good point. Copper is the closest thing to silver outside of gold. Copper gained 200% over the next 12 months. Copper did not endure any significant corrections along the way. The drawdowns shown were less in terms of closing prices and only lasted a few days. So there's the point. And I think we got a few more posts here. I'll let you guys read these posts if you're interested. Follow Jordan. He's a great follow on X. Let's go ahead and see what else. 6 days until Chinese silver export controls begin. Yeah, we just looked at that. Everything is crashing in terms of silver. Great point again. We looked at this the other day, but it's worth repeating. Let's take a look at the S&P. Okay? Here's the S&P. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Skyrocket, hockey stick up. But if you price the S&P in gold, what happened here? Wait a second. 1 year time frame. Are we in a bear market or what? S&P down 33% priced in gold, real money. But again, this is what happened in Weimar Republic. The markets kept going up, but priced in gold, not so much. Actually, I want to look at this price in silver too. Is out of curiosity. I actually haven't looked at this chart yet. I've always looked at it in gold. So I think this has got to be 66% or something. Yeah, down 53% priced in silver. So the S&P priced in silver is down 53%. Look at that. Bam. It's taking a nosedive. That's all she wrote. End the fight. They can't take anymore. Throw in the towel. It's over. Oh, it looks like we're back above 75. Let's go silver. $75.05. Now, I'm going to go to sleep in a couple hours. But can't help but think I'm going to wake up like multiple times in the night just to check the price. Do you guys do that too? Do you guys wake up like in the middle of the night? Or at least like recently with what's going on now with the precious metals, just to check the overnight pricing? Leave me your thoughts in the chat or in the comments. Let's see what this is. Okay, so this is 35 minutes ago. Spot silver, $75. Chinese Shanghai Futures Exchange spot, $82. Even after a 4.5% rally, paper silver is still playing catch up. Meanwhile, Chinese Shanghai Futures Exchange spot is trading near $82. The $7 spread remains. This is the paper market chasing the physical market. That puts enormous pressure on banks and shorts caught in between. When price discovery flips like this, history suggests one thing: something usually breaks first. Are we starting at another Bear Stearns type moment? Something's happening, guys. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sure a lot of you guys already are positioned in your gold and silver. It's really hard for me to buy at these levels, especially since, you know, we've been covering gold and silver at much lower levels. We were covering silver at like sub $20 a year and a half ago. But look, I mean, there's obviously something breaking. And the thing is like, I don't know how it is with you guys, but I've been telling people to buy silver for a couple of years now. And it's not until now that they're asking me, oh, if it's still a good buy or not, given its run up. Like, and I'm like, you want to buy now? Now? Not when it was $25, $30, $35. $35 was just a few months ago. That's wild. No one wanted a piece of the action. Now you want to buy? Moneko 64. Spot silver trades up. Well, this is old. This is 3 hours ago. We're at $75 now. When you bought silver at 25, dude, I did not read this feed before coming on. When you bought silver at 25, what was I just talking about? What was I just talking about? Talk about synchronicity. It's the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah. Waiting for that $75 silver tonight. Well, it's already happened. You don't have to wait for long. When does silver break the metals exchange derivatives complex? Paper to silver ratio, 359 to 1. Paper to gold ratio, 138 to 1. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Multiple claims to the same unit of silver. In this case, 350 claims to the same unit of silver. 138 claims to the same unit of gold. Yeah, this thing needs to go. $75. Silver is now closer to $100. Let's go to refresh this feed. We're getting some older posts now. Anything new come out? Yep, we read this from Eric Jung. Seems to be it. Let's see. How long have we been on? We've been on for 53 minutes. I don't know. Do you guys want me to keep going? We went through all the news. We went through the charts. I don't have anything else to talk about. But, oh, well, we got a new super chat. Let's see. Mrs. SPJ 94 999. Mrs. SPJ, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Hi, new to your channel. This is biblical. Thank God. Couldn't come at a better day, too. Christmas Day. What else do you guys want? All right. Well, I think that's it for now, guys. If anything wild, I mean, this thing goes to, I don't know, $85 or something. I might hop back on in the middle of the night, but I think it's calmed down a bit now. But yeah, again, I want to remind you, if you are looking to add into your stack, take advantage of Boolean Standard Pro. Take that link, hit that link in the description box down below. Use the promo code COSM10 at checkout. It's all in the description box. Just follow the directions there. You get 10% off your first month. Again, it's essentially like buying, it's essentially the Costco of gold and silver. You pay $35 a month, you get access to near wholesale pricing on your gold and silver. And it's pretty much going to be most places out there. You've got nothing to lose. Check out the link. If you like the prices, you can become a member. If not, then you can go somewhere else. It's no big deal. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it. Oh, and hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Support the channel. Hit that like and subscribe. And comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Usually I have a guest here who I say, go so-and-so go. Well, I guess we'll say, go silver, go. Say, go silver, go in the comment section. Palladium is down, interestingly enough. I don't know what's going on there. Platinum is up. Actually, let's take a quick look at platinum, because platinum is another metal making some. So yeah, I mean, platinum is actually up more than silver. You guys, I don't know. You guys want to cover platinum? I know like a lot of you guys just left because I went into the outro. But give me a 1 in the chat if you want to cover platinum. We can do a quick look at some of the charts on platinum. I'll get some of the charts ready if you guys do. But yeah, it looks like silver's cooling off here a bit for now. Yeah, so it looks like you guys want to cover platinum. So we'll take a quick look at platinum. Here's platinum going hog wild. So platinum too is up significantly. 150% on the year. So don't sleep on platinum, guys. And platinum to gold. So I actually, here's an interesting exercise. Let's do it here. I'm going to pull a platinum and I'm going to plot it next to gold and silver. So you got platinum here in green, gold in yellow, and silver in white. And they all pretty much track each other. And they're all pretty much at all-time highs. So yeah, so platinum is, interestingly enough, platinum topped before anything else in 08. See that here? See the green line? Topped first, and then silver, and then gold. That's fascinating. So I guess the signal here is if platinum is the first domino to fall, the others won't be too far behind. But again, there's quite a bit of a distance between this top and this top, right? It's like 3 years. So, well, all right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Nothing seems to be happening right now in the silver market. We'll keep it kind of focused on silver with this video, but hit that like and subscribe. Do me a favor. Right, go silver, go platinum, go whatever you want, go. It's getting wild. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, wait. Oh, snap. We actually got one more super chat from Dan Walda. $50. Thank you for the super chat, Dan. I really appreciate it. Cool name, by the way. $50. Thank you. Very generous. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful year. We've had tremendous growth on the channel, and I am happy to be on this journey with you. So check out my video tomorrow. We have a video coming out tomorrow with Alex Craner and Larry Johnson. It's going to be well, it's already recorded, but it's a good one. Be on the lookout for that tomorrow. I'll catch you later. Bye.